I'm Hunter Pence.
And I'm Lexi Pence.
And you're watching Bay Area Sports Wrap.
Woo-hoo!
Earthquakes head coach Bruce Arena, after tonight's 1-0 win in extra time over the Portland Timbers in the round of 16 of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. This is the Quakes' first time in the quarterfinals since 2017. We'll start first with live questions here. We'll start with one from Robert Jonas, Quakes Epicenter.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank
the
you.
team obviously left it late, but they came through. What were some of your impressions of the game, especially with the defensive performance tonight, keeping you in this?
Well, defensively, we played well. Our back line was terrific, and the efforts by Muni and Floriani, given the minutes they've had to play in the last week, was tremendous. I give Portland a lot of credit. A really good game plan. They were pretty direct and put balls behind us and put us under pressure from the opening minutes of the game. And I think the referee might have helped a little in the game because I think there were 2 penalty kicks that he missed. But that's all part of it. And then Mark Anthony put together a terrific play to get the game winner for us, because I thought we were going to go to penalties. And I know Jack may have touched the ball as well, so we don't know who actually gets credit for that goal. But we're real pleased. The 120 minutes is challenging, and we've got to get our team recovered for Saturday. And our next opponent's Houston, and they play tomorrow night in the Open Cup, and that'll be interesting. But we got to move on. We'll be in the quarterfinals, which is great. We got to try to recover and get ready for a crazy week ahead with Houston, the LA Galaxy, and St. Louis before we take a break. So I'm pleased with our guys. They've done a good job.
Casey Kansas.
Yeah, congrats on the win. Earl Edwards seemed a lot more confident tonight than maybe some of his prior matches. What did you see out of him tonight?
Well, Earl's a good goalkeeper. He had a couple of tough games earlier in the year, and I think he did a good job in New England playing the second half. And Earl's here because we think he's a good goalkeeper, and he's been a very good backup to Daniel, and now he's going to play a couple of games, obviously, while Daniel's recovering from an injury. So I'm pleased with Earl's effort.
Next question, Mark Vukovic.
Bruce, knowing that you got such a quick turnaround for Saturday's game coming up, was there a thought to maybe sub out Espinoza before you guys went to extra time?
Well, Espinoza didn't play on Saturday. We didn't take him to New England, so he had to suffer. So he got his rest on Saturday. He wasn't going to get it today.
Go ahead, Michael.
So, Coach, how were you able to delegate those minutes? Because there was a lot of uncertainty, nobody was scoring, and you get to this 30-minute extra time.
Well, we could have scored some goals today.
Okay.
There's no question about that. We had a couple of chances to win the game in regulation. Besides the fact that I think the referee missed a couple of potential penalties, we had a couple of other chances. They did as well. I know Lassiter had a very, very good chance in the first half, and I think they had another one in the second half. We had 3 or 4 good looks at the goal.
All right, next one. Go ahead, Robert, and then we'll take one online.
Yeah, there were clearly some tired legs out there as you got close to the end of regulation. What message were you giving the players before the extra time, or were they rallying themselves to come out and finish this game strong?
Well, there were no messages to give them before extra time because they were on the field on their own. We were certainly thinking about what we needed to do in the last 30 minutes. And then, obviously after 90 minutes, we checked in on the players and wanted to see who needed to be taken out, and no one put their hand up. And obviously, as we got into the first overtime, we made some changes, and we did in the second. And not easy. I think in the end we ended up playing 6 players, but I think we put Marie and Roberts in the game with maybe 3 minutes left.
We have one more here remotely online. Max Cordaro, he's about to go live, so he can't ask here, but I will ask it for him. What do you think has changed in the defensive phase, if at all, to accomplish another clean sheet here?
We've been an improved team from the beginning of the year. Obviously, we've made some mistakes during the regular season, but correctable mistakes, by some individuals that we could correct, and we're getting better. And I think hopefully as we get into the second half of the season, we're a better team defensively, and if we continue to be a team that can score some goals, we're going to win some games.
That's it. Well, last one, go ahead, Mark.
I was going to say, when you see your team win a game like this in 120 minutes, is this a big character type win for this team, knowing that now you know that they can go to the limit like this?
Well, though, there's only going to be a couple occasions when they were in games like this. Obviously, the Open Cup, and I think mentally it's a great exercise to experience. But I think we're beginning to show that we're a team that's potentially a good team, and we're confident that we can go in and win games. And I think the last couple of weeks, we've not only won at home, we've gotten results on the road as well. So we're moving forward. We're improving as a team.
Coach, you mentioned obviously 3 games coming up in a week. What's the availability with Chicho, Rodriguez, Martinez, Daniel, the players we didn't see tonight at the helpful for you?
Well, Martinez for sure will be available. Chicho and Rodriguez are week to week. I think Rodriguez is possibly a little bit ahead of Chicho, but we'll see. These things, every athlete's different. Today everyone gets scanned, and radiologists and an orthopedic, an orthopedic will look at those and give you an estimation of how much time players are going to be out. But every player is different, so we got to play it either day by day or week to week, depending on the injury. So, not quite sure, but we know Martinez is he's been training now and he's ready to play. So he's going to be an option on Saturday.
Any last questions? Go ahead, Michael.
All right, so at what point do you say this is a U.S. Cup game as opposed to an MLS game, and which one?
Well, I don't have to say that.
But I mean, the importance of, where.
Well, here's my opinion. When I was with the LA Galaxy, I never thought that this competition was that important, because our goal was to win the MLS Cup and or a Supporters Shield. That's where that club is. This club's not there. This club has not achieved much over the last X number of years, however you want to define that. And I think this is an important competition to start getting back to winning ways and being a club that's more respected competitively. So I think this kind of competition is an important one for us in particular.
Hey, this is Cal play-by-play announcer Justin Allegri for Bay Area Sports Wrap. Please give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go Bears.